Hello, 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 and welcome back to the StrawHatLucas YouTube channel. It is I, StrawHatLucas. I am, of course, joined by my brother in arms, the historian of the One Piece community, my co-host in these chapter reactions, Mr. Kube of the Red Sea. How are we doing today, Mr. Kube?
Yes, the great Kube is here, obviously rapping for the great Eric. No, just kidding. What's up, guys? Oh, I'm excited. We're finally into the present, I'm excited to talk about one. And we're coming back from a break week after another break week. So 2 chapters next week as well. So I'm very happy. I'm excited.
Yes. Now, before we do get into this today, I have to say, I stated last stream that we will be going to Sundays for these streams, and that is the case. I personally have some business to attend to tomorrow, so I wouldn't be able to make the stream time work. So I will be reading TCB this week. I'm going to try to avoid TCB at all cost. I want to be officials only from here on out. I went official only the last, I think it was 2 chapters. No, just the last 1 chapter. But, I think getting it through the official source is probably the best going forward, especially, I think we're getting close to the end cube. I'm not going to lie. I think this, with the way that Oda is ramping shit up, I think that the end is coming much sooner than we thought it was. I originally gave it like 5-6 years. I'm thinking like 3 now, like 3, maybe 4 if we're lucky. That's it.
I will challenge it more by saying that I would say more do a number of arcs, because Oda is it's arcs, but
it's arcs. It's not years. Exactly. I think we got 3 arcs left, if that. You know what I mean?
Go for arcs. I agree.
Exactly, brother. But yeah, let's get into this. One Piece chapter 1172, the Elbaf I admire. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scream right out the gate, but Bon Clay? Okay.
Yeah.
Cover.
I told you he was alive.
No, listen, I didn't scroll enough to see a cover request, and I thought we were about to get a fucking cover story of Bon Clay. I got so excited. Oh, man. Oh, some swans rummaging through Bon Curie's cosmetics and putting on makeup. I love it so much, Bon Swan. Cannot wait to see Cole Escola play him. What's up?
So you wanted something quite interesting?
Of course, brother. What's up?
In Egghead, before Kizaru had his big moment in the arc, there was a camera request of Captain Kuro, who moved just like Kizaru, right? And people made parallels between
you're breaking in and out real bad, brother.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it better now?
It is much better now.
Yeah. I'm wondering the reason why he's putting the cover request. That specific one is we're finally gonna find out pretty soon about the Impel Down escape.
Yeah, agreed, Jester. Any Bon Clay is goated. So you think Pizza Maru, the one who cover requested this, is someone who requested something in Egghead as well, is what you said?
No. Is that in Egghead, before we got like the Kizaru one, we had something with Captain Kuro as a cover request, and then Kizaru showed up and everything.
That's
so I'm
true.
wondering because if you think about it, Bon Clay is been a long time since we have him as a request or even a cover story. So I'm wondering if it's his way of like bring him back, because maybe next arc we'll find out about Impel Down escape.
I know Bon Clay's gonna show up. The minute he finds out Luffy's in trouble and there's gonna be a big final war fight against the world government, we know Bon Clay's breaking out that prison and going to get his boy. But without further ado, not lingering on the goat much longer, I am gonna start getting into this chapter. Finally, let's go. I'm going to bring down the opacity on the overlay for the chapter real quick so you guys can see it just a little bit better without Shueisha coming to castrate me. So, drop down probably about that much. We want to make sure you can see some pictures, but not the words. That's the trick here. If you ever want to do YouTube streams, that's the trick. All right. Actually, no. I cannot wait. Let's get into this. There we go. That's better. All right. The lift ascends to the sun realm. We go to Gabon now. There are 3 foes up there. Their objective is clear. They plan to abduct 10 children from Elbath and take them to the Holy Land. The children will serve as living shields, leveraged to turn the warriors of Elbath into battle thralls. Dude. What? Okay, so that's the plan for the kids. 3 humans did all this. To think that not even the giant warrior pirates or Yasan could stop them. Ooh. Is that my GERD? That is GERD. All right, it's serious time, Lucas, not simp over GERD time. Sorry, I have no excuses. Oh, Gabon. You're good, man. You're an old dude.
Don't you find something interesting about the
What's that?
Castle Dragons he just said about them? It's the first time that someone actually referred them as humans.
Ooh.
They've always alluded to, because in One Piece everything is weird, and they always say, "Don't call me a human. I'm a god. I'm a god."
Yeah.
Scopper calls them humans.
Scopper calls them humans, so they are man. They are the Ningen, as the Japanese say. I don't think that's actually the word for human. I think it's a common one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Sorry, I have no excuse. They may be kids, but they are still giants, right? How can 3 people our size move them? One of the 3 is a woman with a strange arrow ability. The children are unable to resist her. They just keep marching toward the West Village Harbor. It's all over if they reach a ship and escape to sea. That looks like the mural. That panel looks like the right side of the mural in the bottom right-hand corner, where it's like the factory looking thing with the elevator and the people are walking and then falling down. That's what that looks like to me. I'm gonna take off the reaction overlay for a second, chat, so you guys can see which panel I'm looking at. There we go. That looks...
Not the only one.
That looks...
A lot of people talked about it.
Yeah, that looks just like that part of the mural. This is interesting. Okay, let's continue. It's all over if they reach a ship and escape to sea. It'll all come down to that. Man, I hope this is a 19-page chapter. Why can't we just take back the kids? One of the 3 is a man named Summers. I know a bit about him. He became Briar Man after eating the thorn fruit. He can freely manipulate vines with sharp thorns. The vines can become transparent, and he's wrapped them around the children, so we can't grab them. That's so cruel. Indeed, they're as tough as iron. If we clumsily try to get the kids to break their line formation, they'll turn into pincushions. It's been set up so that they'll hurt each other. And on top of that, the last one seems to have the power to make nightmares come true. The things the kids find scary have come to life to prevent their escape. The kids may appear to just be waddling along in broad daylight, but it seems impossible for anyone to stop them. The intruders have set up some sort of twisted game with their 3 abilities. We'll save those kids no matter what. I'm so locked in, chat. I'm sorry. Usually I try to banter with you guys a little bit. This chapter is really good. It sucked me in. I think I'm just so excited to not be in the flashback anymore. Cube? Did I lose you? Oh, I thought I lost you for a second.
No. I thought you were saying something else, or you're gonna start reading again. I didn't want to interrupt. That's why.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You said I'm locked in. Yeah, see, it's a good chapter so far. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking how much we're getting of the new Giant Warrior Pirates. I know everyone wants to see what's going on with Loki and Luffy. I myself do as well, but I like what we're getting right now. I think it's very important that we flesh out these characters more, especially since they're gonna be not necessarily the heroes of this arc, but like the ones fighting alongside the Straw Hats and as members of the Grand Fleet. Let's go. Let's go. I needed it. Seems like the quickest solution is to target the 3 ability users. So Gunko, Sommers, and oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? The hot one.
Yeah.
Who's the hot holy?
Killingham.
Killingham, thank you. good old lovable Killingham. Seems like the quickest solution is to target the 3 ability users. Even if they are as immortal as they claim, there should be a way to take them down. We could try trapping them or crushing them, maybe even eating them. Killingham, thank you, Jester. Oh my god, sorry. Oh, my boy said, Goldberg said, we gonna eat them? Sounds promising. Let's do this. It's the Sun Realm. Prepare to disembark. Oh, they are there. Oh shit. Okay, we're getting into this. We're only halfway through the chapter. Cube, are we about to see some actual action? Finally? Back in Elbaf, you say? In the old 2026?
Yep. Dude, I won't lie
I'm a
to
little
you.
nervous.
The way they're drawing, the way they're drawing, how should it? They're giving him so much of the Sengoku expressions. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
This and that. So, at first, I thought it was Sengoku when I did for the first time.
Yeah. I apologize, Cube. I didn't realize I had stopped sharing the chapter to you. It's
Okay. That was all my. Yeah. I just
Prepare to disembark. Goldberg's standing strong and like, I love Goldberg's design. He's probably one of my favorites of the new Giant Warrior Pirates. I know we haven't gotten much from him yet, but I'm really enjoying him so far. Ooh.
Dude, it's so obvious. His dad, Goldberg's father, is the soul they used to create Zeus, the homie Zeus.
I'm almost positive, yeah.
Look at that Zeus as a giant. That's Zeus's face as a giant. It's crazy.
Yeah. Man, look at this spread. Jordan sees the giant, and who's that fighting it? There's a ship burning. That's the Great Eric? This is beyond anything I imagined. Are there no limits to these nightmare monsters? Look at that. Is that the Great Eric? Oh man. Dory and Brogy were aboard it earlier, leading the charge with their crew, but they were shot down by those monsters. That can't be. Is that you, Hydrogen? Kashi-san, I'm glad you're okay. I was in the realm of the dead. Tell me what's going on. You won't believe this. Listen closely. Oh, dude, look at Kashi, dude. He is messed up.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, I haven't even thought about that. What happened in the 5 minutes Loki was telling them that whole 8 months of fucking flashback? Oh man.
Think about this, right? What happens when you give like a super steroids to two giants who kept fighting for 100 years?
Yeah, not only that,
of the era.
members of their crew as well.
Yeah, the emotion connection and everything. Yeah.
Straw Hat
Like
AP, let's
all
go, dude. Welcome
over
to the chat.
If you think about it, it's similar to the Fourth Ninja War, you know? It's not only a strong opponent, it's opponents that you care for.
Exactly. It's about the emotional ties. Yeah. Dory and Brogy are trying to kill Elder Yrule. They all went crazy. Please, you've got to stop them. God, look at them. Look at my beastly boys. My beastie boys.
This is why
these last
so
3 pages have just been cooking. Yeah, go ahead, Cube. Sorry.
This is why I sent you, because obviously I sent you images for a possible thumbnail, so you don't want to get spoiled. This is for this panel. Why I sent you that one. It made me think of that little garden panel that we got from the first time Giant Warrior Pirates. That's why. So that was inspiration. I said, you know what? It's such a callback moment. So you actually see like the demonic version of it, which I find it very cool.
Well, hell yeah, AP. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I agree. I kind of picked up on the vibe. I'm not going to lie. I was like, so are we going to see Dory and Brogy this chapter? That's the spoiler theory crafter in me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the minute I saw the image you suggested for thumbnail, I was like, what's he mean by this? Kashi-san, how about the children? Ripley and the others went after them, but we've had no word on their status. The kids may have already reached the harbor by now. Hey, Road, listen. What? Bjorn was taken? This is bad. My little brother's one of the hostages. Oh no, dude.
Yeah.
Road. I'll join you. Gerd, help. Yeah, Goldberg, go with him. Hey, Kashi, which way's the school? Nami-san and the rest should be close. Can you see the fire? It's coming from both the school and the library. Why is it on fire? Anyway, you said... We go to Zoro now. That was Sanji before. Anyway, you said Dory and Brogy have gone crazy? That's right. Please hurry. Elder Ja Rule's in trouble. Okay, so we have an Oda map. Let me adjust myself, please, so I can look at this a little bit closer. I gotta look at this closer. I ain't got my glasses no more, Cube. I'm a blind man, which I never made it as one, you know? Never made it as a blind man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing either. All right, so we have the school and library. Where Saul is, and it looks like he has little X's over his eyes. Then we have near the library, which is where the Straw Hats are. We have the current location of Gabon, Chopper, Road, Stanson, Hyjurden, Gerd, Goldberg, Zoro, and Sanji. Then we have the West Village where Yarul is with Oust Castle. What else? Yeah, that looks like everything. Oh, there's Emu. There's a little representation of Emu. There's a little representation of the children. And another representation of children. This is a cool little Oda map, I ain't gonna lie. This is how you remind me of what I really am. Not like you.
Oh, what's interesting?
Sorry.
What's interesting is, sorry, but this what made me think of as the vibe he's going with. He's really trying to parallel with God Valley.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Because the way he's showing the maps with different people, with the end goal of the map is in the opposite direction was where Shaki was.
Yeah.
Remember they came from the north and Shaki was like where it is.
I said, man, if you remember correctly, when we were in God Valley, I kept saying that like, actually, we both kept saying that, where it's, he was using God Valley, and the reason we got it right then, in the way that we got it, with the characters we got and everything, is because it was relevant to what was about to happen within Elbaf. I think it's very clear that we needed to see that to understand what's about to happen here. So yeah, I definitely see exactly what you're talking about, brother. It makes the most sense. Child rescue team. Hang in there, kids. Oh, yeah, she's got Oimo with her. Be gone, you vile creatures. Hostage group. Okay, so these are the paths. Oh, I missed a panel. Oda, sometimes your panel spreads upset me. And I want you to know that, brother. I want you to know that, Oda. Walrus School and Owl Library both are on a lot of fucking fire. What is that laying outside of it? Are those the kids that they were able to successfully stop moving?
I think so. Wait, let me zoom in.
Or is it the ones that... Didn't some of them pass out?
Yeah.
And then... Oh, those are the kids that Killingham put to sleep. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Near the library... Yeah, near the library, the Straw Hats. The library's burning down. We need to get rid of these arrows before the kids are carried off. I doubt Chopper will be back anytime soon, and Brook's gone off somewhere. He must be up to something. Master Dory, Master Brogy, I can't stand seeing you like this. Ooh, Usopp, yes. Let me see you get upset, bro.
So, did you catch something?
Yeah, Brook's gone.
Not that Brook going on his own, Robin being the first to leave, Usopp and Nami are stuck together, and Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy have been gone the longest together, right?
Yes.
That's the same setup as for the bark.
Ooh.
Remember, Brook, when they're looking for Luffy and all of it, Robin is the first one to separate from Nami and Chopper and
then who comes and finds Robin?
Jibba.
Do you remember? I remember.
Remember who?
Frankie.
Oh, Frankie. Yeah, Frankie. Yeah.
And then, Frankie and Brook. So I'm thinking Frankie and Brook will meet up because, Frankie finds Robin, and then Brook comes and kills the giant spider monkey.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying now. So maybe that's actually a good sign at how this is gonna go. Maybe Robin and Frankie will meet up soon, and then Brooke will join them. I love Robin, Frankie, and Brooke as a trio. We've only seen it like a handful of fucking times, but it always hits when it does.
Yep. And if you think about the storyline, is especially through the bark, is when Brooke disappears. So his thing is he wants to get back. He wants to get back his shadow, something that was his. It makes me think of Gunko. And then the flashback of Brooke is all about his previous life. So
AP in the chat said Brooke's bringing the salt, which I find very interesting, because if anyone would know how to defeat them on the Straw Hat Crew side of things, it would be Brooke. From the little bit, at least, okay, let me rephrase that. I assume because of what we were teased with his past with Gunko playing Bing Sake over the loudspeaker. Listen, someone the other day, I can't remember who it was, said, "What if Brooke plays Bing Sake for Gunko?" And I've been stuck on that. Yeah, I've been stuck. So it was you. Okay.
Yeah, I said if it's similar to Zebex to Garp and Roger, and Brooke's connection to Gunko, he would hear through the voice of all things, Gunko's real voice. Instead of just listening, he's going to play Bing Sake instead for her.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like that a lot. I've been thinking about that ever since you said it. All right, let's get back to the chapter, folks. Let's get back to the chapter. Very, very, very spicy though, Cube. I like that a lot. Kill your rule. Please stop, captains. Open your eyes. The Domi Reversi possessed giant pirates en route West Village. And then we saw the child rescue team already and the hostage group, but I did not read these text bubbles because I realized I missed some panels. Hostage group. We're heading to the harbor, aren't we? If we get there. No whining. We're warriors of Elbath. But we're not warriors. West Village. If you want to run, run. We have no choice, Elder Yrule. Captain Dorian Brogy won't listen to us anymore. I won't retreat. There's still something I've got to tell Elbath. Oh? Oh? Is he about to tell him Loki's innocent? Gotcha. Listen, people of Elbath. I will tell you everything before I die. Elder Yrule! Our late dear King Harold always believed in Elbath coming together with the rest of the world, and that led to his attempt to join the world government. Oh, dude, I forgot Munko. Oh, but his efforts were shunned and betrayed. 14 years ago on that fateful day, Elder Yrule, I saw it all with my very own eyes. Harold and all those soldiers were killed by the act of a demon. Harold struggled to his last breath to keep Elbath from falling into that demon's hands. Wait, so Loki didn't kill our king? I held my tongue, fearing that our people would rise up in revenge, leading us into an untimely war. Our king never wanted. Ooh, to cook, you're a real cook! Loki took the people's anger upon himself when he sailed out to sea. He may have always been boorish, but he is innocent. Yo, cook. That's the gist of it. But it's not quite how I'd put it. Don't get carried away, Elder Yrule. Everyone say, what? What? What's the Elder talking about? Oh, look at this fucking spread of the Gods Knights, bro. Now today, 3 new demons have appeared to subjugate our nation. I had hoped this matter was behind us, but we are once more in need of great power. Seems this job's over. Guess I'll go back to sleep.
Just look at the 3 of them. Just look how they are, all 3 of those demons, right? Killingham, badass. Gonko, demonic as hell. And Summers, pathetic. I'm sorry. But Summers is not threatening at all when you look at it that way. Look at it. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, but why is Killingham so fucking hot, bro?
I don't know, man.
Look at that man. He's gorgeous. Why? Why are you doing that, Oda? I'm speaking to you now, demons. You can take our culture and history, but let our little ones go. If you think this... Oh, Ranya! If you think this act will crush our spirit, you've made a grave mistake. We will not show you the same patience Harold did. You speak of subjecting us, and picture our people to be your slaves. Who the hell do you bastards think you're dealing with? Forgive me, little ones. Cover your ears if you can. Well said, Yarul. The Elbaf I admire. Oh, did I miss it? The Elbaf I would admire would never bend the knee. Usopp said the chapter title?
Yeah.
He's getting something good this arc. He's getting something good. Why is the act of killing him hot? That's an oddly specific interest. Well, listen, Sponge. Everybody's got to let their freak flag fly. That's just how it is. If the Harley prophecies are true, the world is bound to face a great divide one day. So be it from this day forward. All Elbaf will stand against the world government. Do they know what they just did? The Giants just declared war on the world government. Okay, Eddie's Lobby, I see you. Did you really think some thorns, illusions, and this little reversey game would be enough to make us bow? I like this geezer. Oh yeah, hell yeah, Zoro. I bet you do. 300 years ago, he was known as the strongest being to ever hail from these waters. We will never submit to your dominion. What say you, proud warriors of Elbaf? Well said, Elder Yarul. The Elbaf I know and love is back. And get it. We get it already, Usopp. Focus on getting rid of these damn arrows. Classic Nami and Usopp, though. We will protect the peace Harold dreamed of. We're finally here. They said if we get caught up between them, it's over. Don't worry, I have a plan. A spark of resistance flares. What is Zoro planning? I don't trust a Zoro plan. Actually, I do. He does have good battle tactics. I do trust him.
I know what his plan is. I think it's a callback to Little Garden. So you know how we know that he knows that they heal, right?
Yeah.
Remember he said Little Garden? I'll cut off my own legs. I think he's gonna try to. I think he's gonna try. He's gonna basically, instead of having a full fight, he's gonna speed blitz them like he was thinking to do it for himself, and just swipe at their legs and then use that to pass through.
Knock them down, kind of thing.
Yeah, remember because they said you can't really fight with them. So this is why I think it made me think of Little Garden, where during Bargy War's there as well.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, I see the parallel to Little Garden as well. I'm so mad the chapter ended. I want more. What a fucking good chapter, dude. This one had me locked in.
We needed it. I'm sure a lot of people forgot a lot of the details before the flashback, so it makes sense. It's a recap of the situation.
In a way, yes, we did get the Oda map and everything. But I do think that, like, I don't know, the little bit of new stuff that we did get, and I'm a sucker for a good Oda character speech, and Yarul getting up there and saying, you know, hey, this is our home. You're not going to take it from us. We're not going to concede to you immediately. The whole, I need to wait for officials. This is why I've kind of steered away from reading scanlations, is because I want to wait for officials to see what he actually said about this little reversey game you're playing, because that is interesting.
So you know what one thought I had when I read the chapter?
What's that? When
Hajuden tells Zoro to don't underestimate Elder Jarul. In his younger years, he was the strongest giant to exist. Basically the same title as Kaido, right? Right? Yeah. In his younger years.
The verbiage that TCB uses is the, because I have it pulled up. 300 years ago, he was known as the strongest being to ever hail from these waters.
Yeah, so basically similar to Kaido, right? Strongest living creature, right? Similar to Kaido. This is why the moment I read that part, I said, okay, Bonnie is going to de-age Jarul. Bonnie's fruit. The moment they said that, it made me think of Bonnie. She's on the island right now. What if they de-age Jarul to that era? 200 years younger.
Wait, de-age Yarul. Bonnie, dude.
Yes, her fruit. Her age fruit. She
Dude,
can turn him back to his prime.
yeah, get him into his prime so he can stand to Dory and Brogy. I
Yep.
like that idea. Ooh,
It would make sense because he's the victim, so they would try to do something, and then Bonnie would just put it at a time where he was the strongest. We know
Yeah.
she doesn't need to know exactly what it is. She just thinks of something. She was able to go gear 5. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Her
exactly.
version of gear 5. She could tend to bring it back to to his prime.
Yeah. You're breaking it out just a little bit again. I heard at the end of
But
what you just said.
I hate my internet. I hope they fix this problem in my street. Yeah. I just said yeah. So just basically, yeah, I shall DH him. It made me think of that moment I read it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's brilliant. I don't know for a fact that he'll do it, but I don't know, that actually does sound like something Oda could be doing. Especially, I think that there's going to be an emphasis during this arc on Bonnie and her powers. Especially with how big of a showing we got from her in Egghead. Now, do I think she'll take center stage again? Absolutely not. But I think whatever they need to do to flip these beings back will involve Bonnie in some way. Because this is all child's dream, right? I think having that child is key to this in some way. You know what I mean? Seeing the problem. Oh no, that's a better way to put it. Seeing the problem through a child's eyes could be the key to flipping the Giants back. The lingering moment on the child's dream line during the mural chapter really has just been stuck in my head since.
I mean, I just realized something.
What's that?
Let's say, because why Bonnie having this arc? So maybe, like, especially she's a kid, right? So maybe when they save the kids and they're trying to take back the kids, right? Bonnie will be with them, right? I'm not saying she'll age all the kids because most of them, other than Colin, doesn't know how to fight, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. We could do it with Ja Rule, but who else is now over his prime and is a threat? Who's on Elbaf right now?
Gabon?
Gabon.
Yeah.
Matt, what happens if you turn back Gabon to his era with Odin, where they're at their strongest?
Mm-hmm. Right before
we're 20 years, 25 years. Yeah, we're 25 years. That's basically 25 years ago is when the Raja Pirates were at the strongest. Remember? They had conquered everything. They were clashing with Whitebeard crew, you know, with Odin. Yeah. I just realized what happens with Scopper is that turned back 25 years younger.
I would love to see something like that. I really, really, really would. But I think if Oda does that with anybody, it'll only be one person. So the question really is, who's more valuable? 300 years ago, your rule, or 20 years ago, Scopper? 25 years ago, Scopper.
It would make sense with Ja Rule because.
But I think thematically, it fits Ja Rule. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Because also he's the target. He's the target, so it makes sense, you know, because or else he's a guinea pig. You know, imagine like it's crazy, but he got beat up by Usopp because he's way older now, right? What if he doesn't have the stamina, and then realize the only way to make Ja Rule this kind of stuff, and then when they make Ja Rule young again, I can see this thing where they did that so he could run faster, right? Instead he says, "No, I'm going to fight," and his ambition comes back.
Yeah,
as well. I think like you're right. Scopper's a big guess, but he's the target. It would make sense to turn the target back to his strongest.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense that you want to make the person they're going after stronger. I would love to see it. That's such an interesting way to say it. To anybody who's just joining, we're talking about the possibility of Bonnie using her age power to reverse Rule back to that 300 years ago point that Hajirudin had mentioned to Zoro in the chapter about him being the strongest affair from these seas. I would love to see it. I think that would just be fantastic, if I'm being honest. The little bit we got from Usopp this chapter also really kind of got my hopes up again. I'm thinking now, because if you remember, I did a whole rambling addiction, which if anyone's unfamiliar, series on my channel, links in it. Just go to the channel. There's a playlist, all of them are there. But I did a whole video on like what's going to happen with Usopp and Nami in Elbaf. So I could really see. So I was a little disappointed, I should say, when so far in the arc we hadn't gotten much from Usopp, but to see that he is present, he is actively taking parts in these events and stuff like that, like him being like the Elbaf I admire would never been the need. Like that meant so much to me because I've been waiting for Usopp to show that emotional side. He got really excited when we first got here, and then so much happened. You know what I mean? Saul reunion, God's Night show up, like it all just happened so quickly. So I'd love to see that Usopp is still in his feelings kind of about being here on Elbaf. It gives me hope that it won't be another Zoro and Wano situation or Frankie on Egghead situation. Like it really does make me hopeful that this will be a significant arc for Usopp, which has kind of been off the table for a little bit with how the arc had been going. Like I said, with so much happening.
No, I agree. Is like I said, I do think that I was not going to fight on that, but I do agree that it's at least for what's called Frankie. I do understand, but with the Zoro and Wano, I am one of the few people where I think Oda did what he needed to do for Zoro and Wano.
I 100% agree, actually.
Yeah,
I don't think we need
the
more
Frankie
from
one.
Zoro's
The Frankie
backstory.
one is weird because he did all his training to Vegapunk's old lab, and they did nothing between Vegapunk and Frankie. That I agree, it's weird.
Yeah.
For Frankie, it was he should have got.
And then they've been hinting in Elbaf that they're going to rectify that with him traveling with Lilith right now. So I hope we do see that as well. Like I still think that's on the table. They did just get to that ancient lab and just saw the fucking. They were the first ones to defeat one of the nightmare demons. Which shout out Frankie, let's go. You and Ripley kicked ass.
Also, so
wait,
we're
so
talking about
is Frankie with Ripley? Why didn't we see him in this chapter? Didn't he go with her to save the kids, or did he stay at the lab?
No. Remember, he was the one who basically was like fighting behind her. Remember, she was protecting the Bonnie.
Yeah.
And Lilith.
No,
remember,
I know,
she took Bonnie and Lilith. Yeah.
She's on her way to the battlefield though right now, and I don't see Bonnie, Lilith, or Frankie in that panel.
Yeah, the best thing I could tell you is between the last time we all saw them, 5 minutes have passed. So they're all.
That is true.
Maybe something must have happened. Yeah, that's why.
Well,
like we didn't see Brooke leave, but Brooke is already gone.
Yeah,
Brooke is already gone.
But I was just asking for clarification because I couldn't remember properly. I did reread Elbaf recently, but I couldn't remember if we did get a moment where she was like, "I've got to go after the kids," and he's like, "I'll stay here with Lilith and Bonnie," or anything like that. I couldn't remember. I do remember they defeated one of the nightmares, and then we kind of cut away from them. So seems like maybe Frankie did stay at the lab with Lilith, which could be they're preparing something to bring to the battle. They do have Vegapunk, who knows of Emu's existence and is now actively going against them. So, like,
not even that.
Maybe we see that in
There's something I realized. So you know how basically Frankie and Robin got their flashback in the same flashback, right? The same arc, right?
Yeah. Water
Which is
Seven
rare,
and
right?
Izabi.
Yeah, and Izabi, right? Water 7 Izabi. Think about it, right? The biggest problem with Frankie's flashback is he feels regret for not able to do more to help someone he loves being taken by the world government, right? Which is similar now in Frankie. And Robin's biggest regret is she couldn't do anything to save the library.
Save the library, yeah. And now they both have a chance to redeem themselves in that situation.
So I
Ooh.
am wondering if Frankie and Robin together are going to... Maybe if Brooke is with them, because it'll be just like sort of... The show them are going to save the library.
Yeah, if anyone missed that, Cube had this take earlier that when we see the Straw Hats, they're all kind of paired up. Robin by herself, who's the first one to leave. Usopp and Nami are together, and then Brooke left by himself as well, and that's kind of how their placing was in Thriller Bark. And I brought up the point that Frankie, comes and finds Robin, and then Brooke shows up. So I do think, because of Fishman Island as well, with the parallels of Frankie meeting Tom's brother and Robin meeting Soul, and then Robin reading the poneglyph, Frankie reading the mural, I do think that Frankie and Robin will have some kind of moment together this arc. Yeah. So I could definitely fucking see this. A redemption kind of moment parallel together would be sick.
At least Robin, because if you think about her whole life was to do the right for the people of Ohara, and she realized that her people's what they died for is preserving a library. She would rather want to be unalived, sacrifice herself and letting the library burn.
Exactly, and it's that kind of upsets me. What's upsetting me though is the Giants just sitting there watching the school and library burn. The kids are asleep. There's no one actively attacking you. Put that motherfucker out. Like, that's the first time I've cursed all stream. I went 40 minutes without cursing, but giants. I'm sure the principal's there. Probably Ange, who I still don't trust. But nonetheless, put out the fucking fire. Like, please, put out the fire at the library and the school that you so desperately love. Like, why are they not doing anything? It's killing me, man. They're literally just watching it burn. And there's a lake right there. You're fucking giants. Do something. Like,
but you know what's interesting? I do think this could be the one flaw of the Giants if you think about it. They're all about offensive, you know, not prevention. So I am wondering if it's best example is it's something we've seen many times in One Piece where certain people don't think a certain way because they were never taught that way. Best example is Luffy never questioning that he has a father because no one ever talked to his father about it. So he always assumed he didn't have a father.
Yeah, no one
I'm wondering
even
if like
mentioned his dad to him ever.
So maybe like what if like the older giants, like so not anything over 50 years old, you know, like the new giant warrior pirates.
Yeah.
They're usually like the type of people that will just deal with the threat themselves, but not take care of the casualty. So maybe like maybe every time Loki burns something up, they want to beat up Loki, they just let the fire go on.
Yeah.
Because it is true that it's something we've seen also in the flashback. The amount of time that they just let casualty happen on Elba and just complain afterward.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a flaw of their culture, you know what I mean? They're too, I don't know, not abusive, but you know, toxic. I don't know how to say it, but you
prideful.
know I'm wondering, because you're right. They should turn off the fire. Why not doing that? I'm wondering if they're not even thinking of that. It's not something they would think of.
Yeah, it's their, I don't know. Maybe they could be like the Tantanas. They just don't understand how fucking fire works. Like, that's their naivete. I don't know. That one panel in the chapter that pissed me off. Like, that's just it. Like, the minute I read, like, why are y'all just sitting there? Why are y'all just sitting there? I'm bringing it back up for the chat real quick because I'm on it right now. Let me extend this a little bit. Chat, bear with me because we don't show the whole chapter. I'm talking this panel right here. I'll turn off the reaction overlay just so you can see my mouse hand. This one right here, this bad boy. Why are the Giants just sitting there? Why are they just sitting there? It's killing me. It is killing me. Amunko looks great. That spread. Oda gave us like a couple spreads this chapter that were just
wait. I have a question.
Yeah.
Wait, go back to that panel.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, this one, because I see one of them all the way on the right. That he has big horns.
Yeah. He's wearing a helmet.
It might be the helmet. Okay, maybe it looked like the normal Giants. I think, what if it's the Domiverse Giants? We're just waiting there for some reason.
Yeah, no, I don't think so because Saul's down there too.
No.
He's not in that panel, but he's at that location. So.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he would have been. They would have been stepping on him at that moment. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, Oda gave us a couple spreads this chapter, man. Like I said, the one of the first one we got of Haijuden seeing the dragon or the Needleheim or whatever it's called. Nebula, what is it?
Needhogg.
Thank you. Nebulaheim was the attack Loki used.
Yeah.
But that first spread was just fucking phenomenal, man. It is so well done. Actually, I'm gonna take a moment to actually look at this and like lock in on it. I love the homie shield, Goldberg. Keep it up.
I think maybe my favorite panel is the panel that looks at the one I gave you as a thumbnail. One where you see the
this one right here.
This one I think is the best one. Yeah, because if you think about it, Little Garden. Do you know how they first described when they showed that panel in Little Garden? They call them demons. They're called them demons, and now they're actual demons. The little callback to Little Garden.
Actual demons. That's right, chat. These giants are actually demons, but they are. I think it is a callback to the Little Garden panel, or not a callback necessarily, like maybe intentional, but either way, what a good fucking way to reintroduce story and programming these demon forms. Brogy, looks sick as hell. But Dory with that trident, my guy, looking sick. Oh goodness. But yeah, I think my favorite one of the whole chapter is this one with killing him, Ibanko, and Sommers.
Sommers, who is not.
I couldn't remember the worthless piece of shit. I couldn't remember his name. Sorry. But yeah, Sommers. Like it's just.
Dude, he just doesn't fit. He doesn't fit it. He doesn't fit that image between the two other ones.
I think he does because he's lazy. He's lazy. He just wants to do things quick. And look at how he acted in God Valley.
No. I mean, if you look at the other two ones where like there's ore farming, you just look at him. That's what I mean by that.
Yokozuna,
you know what I mean?
Is the title for a champion wrestler, and Elbaf has the wrestling motif. Ooh, that is interesting.
I mean, I don't know if you saw Randy Troy's like original theory about Elbaf.
No.
A lot of the giant war pirates, the giants in Elbaf with the Eric, the Great Eric, and everything, is basically based off wrestling.
Oh.
It's the name of wrestlers. There's ideas, some of them. Randy Troy, he did on Twitter. So if you look on Twitter, I'm sure you'll find it on one of Randy.
Oh yeah, Goldberg. Like that's it. That's directly a wrestler. Bill Goldberg's an asshole. Like he's, you know what I mean?
The Great Eric, the Great Eric is another one. But he gave a list of it. So he did say that there was some American wrestler.
If you can find that video, please send it to me. AP, you as well. If you have any more on this wrestling motif, I would love to hear about it. This is something I've not heard before, but once you said it, yeah, it clicked completely. And then obviously I thought of Goldberg. Like, yeah, Goldberg was a huge wrestler when I was a kid, so I recognized the name. I didn't think Oda was actually playing off of that. So very interesting. I've not heard this. And the Spear of Elbaf. Let's go. Very, very interesting. So, Cube, I think that does bring us now to final thoughts and chapter ratings. What did we think of this chapter, brother?
For me, it's a 7 out of 10. It's a good chapter, but 7. It's like a setup chapter of a setup chapter.
Yeah. That makes sense. I think we got a lot of good character moments in this. I thought what we got from Haijurden and Zoro was really good. Like I said, love the Usopp moments. I need more of him in Elbaf, and seeing him kind of coming in to hype up Yarul and like getting that wave of courage or that wave of excitement. Oh shit, you're right, AP. Dude just threw off my whole train of thought. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, the spear, dude, I forgot about that. Oh man. Anyway, but yeah, what I was saying, I think I really love that Usopp's finally kind of coming into it again. Like I said, we see him at the beginning of the arc very excited, and now seeing him again kind of relaying that excitement and that readiness to get into being a brave warrior and being on Elbaf and calling Dorian Broggie master and stuff like that. Like, I love that so much. And then to speak on what AP just said in the chat, Yarul's speech was an 11 out of 10. 100%. I agree there. I think that I love Oda has one of those talents within his writing that just allows him to write these very hard-hitting speeches. Like, I got goosebumps when he was talking about Elbaf and how it makes him feel, and like the pride of it, and never faltering and not being subjugated. And it's just like, yeah, we're spitting like that. That is so good, man. So good. Love seeing Rania again. Glad to see that she's still standing strong. That's my girl. One of the best kids on all of Elbaf, even if it was just a panel. I like that the focus wasn't the God's Knights too, with all the calamity and chaos going on. I like that Dorian Broggie are the main threat right now, because it gives us some time to either see how we will deal with those God's Knights, or if they flee, which I think could be a big possibility. I do think Emu and Luffy will have some kind of moment between the two of them, especially with Brook disappearing and now going towards, I'm assuming, going for Gunko. But that all said, I have to agree. I think this chapter is at most a 7.5 out of 10. The speech itself almost knocks it up to an 8 for me, but I will comfortably settle on 7.5 out of 10. Let's say that. A 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a really good chapter. I mean, there's a moment in the stream earlier where I was for like 5 minutes just locked in, monotone reading the chapter because I was just like locked in on what was happening in the panels. Yeah, exactly, AP. Laboon would have gotten through the red line with that speech. I do think this was set up. We don't have a break next week, if I'm not mistaken. No break next week, so that's fucking banger. I love that. So we will be back to read 1173 on Sunday next week. Like I said, I am trying to get off of TCB completely. I went officials only last time, which sucked because we had that like 2-week break before it, and then we had another 2-week break. But I have some plans tomorrow that I can't miss, so we read TCB today. But next week, we'll be reading, like I said, 1173 on Sunday, probably around the same time, about 6 p.m. EST. Yeah. Cube, anything else for the chat before we get out of here?
Nope. For me, it was a great chapter, and I'm excited for next week's chapter.
Yeah, so am I. I think that's gonna be the one, baby, that just blows my mind again. I mean, actually, I got my mind blown in this chapter. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, other than that, guys, make sure you pop over Tuesday to the 3-episode test YouTube channel where myself, vexyz the Lurking Legend, Jacoby DJ, and SSJ8 Cody have a anime manga podcast. Thanks, AP, for popping in. It's always great seeing you in chat, brother. Cooking. Sponge, same to you as well. We had quite a few ghosts pop in throughout the stream. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming through. It's always good seeing you guys. Rambling Addiction will be back soon. I haven't dropped any videos on the channel for a while. I'm just gonna be real. Life be lifing, y'all. I say it every stream. It's just life's got hands right now. But we will be back soon. I've got some videos in the works. But yeah, we'll see you guys all later. And from me and Cube, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Peace. Goodbye.
So basically,